Good evening, everyone. It is Patmos, and we are getting ready to get going with another new stream, but it's an old game. Life is Feudal Forest Village. Now, I've been working hard to set up all the sounds right, but I'm not 100% sure that worked out. So if either the music or whatever is too loud or too soft, just let me know, as we are going to load up a brand new game. But before I do that, let me show you which modifications I have added. So that's basically just some Steam Workshop stuff, so that we're all on the same page. I subscribed to the Hunting Lodge, which is a nice hunter building. We're not going to build that straight off, but I think it just looks cool, so it's nice to have that. Some extra town decorations, because, well, having a nice decorated town could be interesting. We can build a healer with a herb garden, so it can grow a few herbs himself. We can build a builder's yard. It does not do a lot, but it's just nice to have a place for your builders, and it looks great. We can zoom out a little bit more, which is something I really like in this game, just to zoom out a bit more. And we have a little bit more productive animals. They produce a little bit more both meat and skins. Not too much, but just a bit. And they reproduce as a closer to reality, which is nice. Our orchards will produce a little bit more. And we can build a very large barn, which just looks awesome. And I like that. And usually you just end up with 20 barns around your farms. And now we can maybe end up with only 10. So those are the little mods I put in. So just to be clear about that. So here we go. Have Benny sitting here next to me. Nice. Hello, Benny. Well, let's load up a new game. We have to name our village, of course. And then we're going to play on a random map. I think we should play on a large map because that's cool. I just like to rumble it up a bit, and then we'll see where we end up. Would be nice if we could get a little bit of a nice flat area around. Oh, this seems nice. We're not going to start without houses because I hate that, but we will start with disasters on, so that's it. Still feeding puppy, had to cook it. Ooh, you're cooking the puppy, that's not good. I don't know if the puppy will enjoy that, but oh well. I mean, not judging other people's culture, but interesting. And of course, I hope everybody's doing great. I know I am. And here we have our little village. So let's just pause for a second and go over what we have. Well, we have a nice corner of this island. It's a pretty big island, so we can see if I zoom out a bit. So yeah, this is a nice place to start our little adventure. This is now our corner of the world. We'll have to set up a few things. So we're going to start with the professions list, because I always love to have that around so that we can switch people and tell them what to do. We can see that we have 6 adults, 2 kids and 2 babies. So that makes 10 in total, which is nice. And we can also see that we have space for 3 people in here, 3 people in here, and 3 people in here. So we have 1 homeless person. Now the thing with a homeless person is they cannot eat or drink or whatever because they need a house to do that. So the first priority will be to get a house going. So that will be the first priority that we're just going to build. So let's get going with that. We'll build a house. We're going to build an actual house because I like those. And I think that's good for the village. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to assign 2 builders. And the next thing we have to do is make sure that we gather some resources. So let's just gather some resources close to home. Let's unpause, and there goes the game. We're going to play speed 2 for now. Maybe speed up every once in a while, but not too much. Because it's not all about game speed. It's about having fun together. And, well, one way to have fun is to be able to read the chat for me. So if the game goes too fast, I can't read the chat. So, let's see. No, never. I meant her breakfast. I cooked her an egg. Oh, wow. That's nice. I hope she enjoys it. Good evening, Euphoria. Nice of you to join us. I hope all is well. The puppy wanted a hot dog. Oh, well. I don't know. There are countries where they eat dog, but I have no clue what that tastes like, so I'm not going to try that. And of course, if you have any questions or things you want to say or see me do or whatever, always feel free to just barge in and tell me what to do or ask me a question or whatever. I'm always free to make up my own mind whether I want to do that or not, so don't worry about it. And for those curious and those that know that I am a big cycling fan, yes, in front of me is my little phone where I'll be watching the end of the Vuelta a España, the Tour of Spain, because this is an historic day where a Dutch team is going to win it and finish first, second and third on the podium, and they're going to win all the 3 Grand Tours this year. So yeah, I want to be a part of that. But of course I also want to stream, so that's why I'm here. I hope everybody has a good Sunday. Feel free to share anything about it. And of course, if your Sunday just started by cooking your dog, then well, there's not a lot to tell about, but let's get a few extra goods out of this. I'm doing great, that's good to know, Benny. By the sound of it, you're a fan of the Ferraris because they won today, but I'm not sure. I could never eat a dog, but let's not get into that discussion because I am meat eater, so it gets tricky. Yeah, those things are always tricky. Ah, we have the house, so that's good. We can already see that a few people moved there too. So I guess it's time to start thinking about other things. Well, another thing that we really need is some firewood later on, because we need to be able to warm the houses during the winter. So let's set up a firewood chopper or a lumberjack lodge so that we can get the firewood going. We're also going to need some food. So I think we can start with a gatherer's hut. Now you can see the circle, that's where it's working in. So if you place it too close to town, there won't be a lot to gather because all this area will be chopped out. So we'll have to place it somewhere a bit away from town. So I think this might be an interesting place to go. Just have to find the entrance right there. Let's place that into the right direction. There we go. And then I like to place the hunter next to it. We're just doing the standard hunter's hut right now. We can do the non-standard one later. So that we can hunt some game and also... Oh, maybe we can place the hunter a bit closer to our houses because then it can take care of the animals close to us and they won't eat other things. So let's place this one right there. That could be fine. Now our people will have something to do, which is good. We want them to have something to do. Hot dogs are okay, especially when eaten cold. Oh boy. Well, it's been a while since I played this game. Well, that's not entirely true, but since I seriously played this game has been a very long time ago. So today I spent an hour just trying to get through the menu, see what was where again, and just getting the controls under control again. That's all I did. So there might be some surprises or things that go bad or whatever, but we're just going to try it. Can you fish? In real life, yes, but I don't enjoy that much because I think it's a waste of time. I cannot do a lot of other stuff while waiting for a fish to nibble. But we can fish in this game, yes. We can actually build a fisherman's hut, which will just go out and fish from its pier. You can actually see the fish swimming, by the way. There's a lot of fish here. Maybe you should go here, Dev, and try fishing here. I think they will bite here. But we can also build a fish farm, where they will start off with a small number of fish and that number will grow, and then in the end you'll end up with a lot of fish, which can be very interesting. So yeah, we'll get to those later, but yeah, we can fish in this game, no problem. Vegetables are not good for you either. Just think how many people choke on veggies. Yeah, that's true. Good evening, Halit. Nice of you to join us here. That's great. On my way. Yeah, I think this is a very good spot for Hiradef to start fishing. So yeah, you should. And of course, if you're watching and enjoying this, please hit that thumbs up. If you hate this, please hit that thumbs down. And if you have not done that, but you like what you see, just hit that subscribe button, of course. It's a big help for me. Let's make sure that we gather some stuff. We have the lumberjack ready now, so we can start making some firewood. So let's assign one person to start doing that. We have 300 firewood. They use it for cooking and stuff, but also in the winter to warm their houses. So we really need to make sure that we stockpile this. This is quite important. Is that a bear? Well, that depends on what you're looking at, but yeah, this is a bear. It's now going into the house, so let's hope it comes out soon. There it is, standing in the house. We're looking up, yeah, the... oh, hello. It's a nice friendly bear. I don't know if it's Yogi, but at least it's a bear. So this one carries a log here, and now it will start to create some firewood. We want good amounts of firewood, so that's interesting. How are you, Halit? Donnie, you have to be patient. Fish ask. Ah, you're good. That's nice. That's nice. That's great. Alright, we can already see that they're cold in this house, so these need to get some stuff in. There's somebody carrying the goods, and you can see what they have in their house. Now they have some firewood, so that's good. They can now make sure that everything stays warm and nice in the house. Now our builder is ongoing towards the location for the gatherer's hut. We have 2 builders. Maybe we should get 3 for now to speed up production a bit. Oh, they're really chopping down the trees here and stuff, so that is a good thing. I can barely believe it, the bears visit the houses. Yeah, they do, they do. Well, these bears are actually pretty strong, because if we want to, we could go in first-person mode. So now we control this person. We can hunt, for instance, but those bears are pretty strong, so I'm not going to hunt. But that's one of the nice features with this game. You can just go... on first-person mode and stuff like that, and do all these nice things. Now, I'm usually not so good in controlling them, so I'm not going to do that too much, because they work better on their own. That's not part of my skill set, but there's all different types of animals. You can see some birds flying, there's bears. I think if we go into the forest a little bit... see, there's bears. Here we have a wolf. We have... a hog, or whatever it's called. We have a moose, or I don't know what that's called. Let's see, here we have a fox. So yeah, there's all types of animals in the forest. You can also see mushrooms and things like that. There's of course rocks that we can use. So this game is from 2015, I believe, 2016. I think if you basically take this game and just give it a graphics overhaul to the possibilities that we have right now, you would immediately have a very good, great game. I don't know why they would not do that, but I think if you put a little effort into it, you could easily make another great game. Just by giving it a graphics overhaul, and that's all they need to do. Do the animals attack the people? No, not really. Pet shop world. Yeah, here we have a pet shop world. That's true. But for instance, when we build a chicken pasture and get chickens, they might go in and eat the chickens. So that's a problem. We do need a hunter, and we do need to make sure that these animals can't get close to things like your deer that you can build, the domesticated animals that we can have. But other than that, they're not really a threat. I believe they are capable of hurting the people, and they will do that occasionally, but not often. I'm not 100% sure anymore. I was expecting to see more Pet Shop World. Yeah, oh boy. I'm not gonna get into that, because this is supposed to be a nice and friendly chat. Alright, so we're building the Gatherer's Hut and the Hunter. We already produce firewood. So that's interesting. I want to get a few more houses soon. So basically we started off with 10 people. We had 2 babies. One of them grew up already. It's now a teen. And these teens will grow up, and then we can start to use them into our workforce. We now only have 6 people working, and the only way to grow in this game is by making sure that you have offspring. So we really need to focus on having enough space for offspring, and the housing here has some space, but these are so low desirable that they will not reproduce. So we need to build a few more houses, because that's where they feel very comfortable, and then there's a good chance we will get children. Then those children will have to grow up, and by the time they grow up, we can actually make sure and put them to work. That also poses a problem, Because if we, for instance, build a lot of housing straight away and we get a lot of kids, we have to feed those kids and only these 6 people can do the jobs. So it can be quite smart to not build too many houses in the beginning, because you'll end up with a lot of kids and a lot of teens that you have to feed, but that don't produce anything. And that might just be too much to handle with the food production that you can have. So we're just slowly going to expand in the beginning, and then later on things will go faster. All right, we're building the hunting cabin now. That's a good thing. And yeah, the gatherer's hut is done as well. So let's put somebody into the gathering business so that at least we gather some food now. You're trying Pet Shop World was hilarious. I laughed to tears. So that's good to know. I don't know if the creator of the game would love that, because, well, I was not very positive, of course, but even if I tried my best, I did not have a lot of positive things to say. Yeah, 14 people watching. That's really nice. I hope everybody watching really enjoys this. Feel free to just lurk around or chat or do whatever you feel comfortable with, as I'm going to place another house right here. I need to finish this first, but I think another house will do us very much good. My question was missed. Who's Charlie? Well, I stole Donny Danger's little picture. Charlie is Mia's tortoise, and he turned 1 yesterday. And since she's very fond of the tortoise, we thought, well, let's celebrate that one too. So here we are, celebrating the little tortoise's birthday. And in the Discord you can find pictures of the little tortoise in his habitat, so that's really cool. And judging by what she told when she got the tortoise and how unhappy he was and how happy and how good he's doing now, they're doing a great job for the tortoise, so that's nice. So let's just celebrate it. Cooper, nice of you to join us. Missed quite many live streams. I built such big town in Ostrov, so I could not find a way out of town. But now finally I found a back street out of town. Oh, that's great, that's great. Well, nice to have you here. It's great. And I'm looking forward to Ostrov again too, to start building a nice big town. But I do really want an update to come out first. I'm ready to give up on this keyboard. Well, if nobody has faith in the keyboard anymore, why should it keep working? You should be nice to your keyboard. Alright, 6 likes already. That's very nice. Thank you all so much. So how are you, Cooper? Have you ever played Life is Feudal? Because it's also a great city builder. It takes a bit more time in the beginning, especially at speed 2. But we'll get there slowly. We can already see that we are expecting 2 babies, which is great. No babies in here, but that's fine. And not too long from now, I will get rid of these little shacks because they're just in the way and they're useless. These are very good, especially these houses that will make us a lot of babies. I would love to build a town that size, but every time I get over 1500, the game starts to run very slow and crashes. Yeah, I know that. I know that too. I have that too. So that's most unfortunate, but oh well, maybe they'll find something for it. I'm not sure what the problem is because my computer should be able to handle it well. Alright, so they built the house. Now these people will start to gather some supplies for the house. We can already see one walking. There's going inside. And then we can see that it brought some firewood. It should now be getting some food. Ah, that's arrived too. That's great. And then soon enough, once the house is stocked, they will start to work in it. And they will start to work and go somewhere. What's also really nice is that most of the houses have a little difference to them. So not a lot of houses look the same. You can see this one has a cartwheel on it and other things. So yeah, houses tend to look different, which is really nice. I like that. Alright, our hunter is trying to do a good job. And brought in the first meat already, so that's good. We're not building anything now, but we're also not really gathering a lot of stuff. So I think we should be focused on gathering some goods. And then continue building things. That might be a very good thing. We're an equal species birthday family. Yeah, tree huggers for life. I'm on a laptop that isn't particularly for gaming or anything, so maybe that's the issue. Well, that could be, that could be. There's just... I don't really know what the exact issue is. Maybe I have a setting wrong, that's why it is, but we'll see. Still, it's a great game, even though you can't get past the 1500. Getting up there is already very nice. Alright, we have 2 people in here. And a good thing to know is when you want to close off houses, don't move the children, they'll die. So for instance, here we have a teenager and a laborer. Those we can move. So what we can just do is tell these people to get out of the house. Now it's empty. And now we can actually take it down. And I want to get rid of this house. So let's get rid of it. But if you do that with a kid, then it will die. So children will have to grow up or move on their own. That can happen. But they can't just go somewhere. Now here we are expecting 2 kids. Here we have room for 1 more, so that's good. I think we should focus on building another house. Getting a few houses in the beginning is just a really important feature to... but not too many, because we don't want to grow too fast. But just 1 more house. We'll put 1 builder on it. 2 others will keep gathering. We're going to speed things up a bit. We can see that we got some extra firewood already. We're starting to see the first fruits and vegetables come in from the gatherer, so that's a good thing. We get the first pieces of fruit in now. Thomas! Nice of you to join us. How are you? In how's Florida? I'm fine, thanks. No, only city builder I played is banished and Ostriv. I have 10 more, but my PC is so fat, so close to burst. One day I will afford 1 more hard drive. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Oh, good. Thanks for asking. That's nice. That's good to hear. I guess you still have a day ahead of you, while mine is already at the end. Although I guess it's about 6 hours difference, so it's not that much. Not that much. Oh, we're almost out of wood, so we need to be gathering some wood. Otherwise, we also won't be able to produce enough firewood before the winter. Still has some wood in it, though, so that works. And 1 log should be turned into 8 pieces of firewood, so that would be fine. It's 29 degrees right now, so not too much to worry about in terms of temperature. I've not played this game in a very long time. Yeah, me too. But, well, I put up a vote on the channel and people voted for this. And is this still a great game? So, why not? As we are going to build our 3rd house. I like that. Still only 2 kids? Yeah, okay. Well, that's okay. Never did get that coffee. Be right back. It's 10:22 a.m. here. Ah, nice. It is... almost 7:30 p.m. here, so a bit later. As this house comes along nicely, so that's good. We do have a bit of stone that we could invest in a little bit of road, because that will make things go faster. Let's just build a little road here. Now, it appears that the road's already complete straight off, but they will still have to build it. So you'll see that people will go there and start to build the road. So it's not that it's completely finished straight off. They still have to put work in. There you can see. You can't really click it and see how much more work needs to be done, but every little square needs to be hammered down. Ooh, a building is on fire. Problem. Luckily, we have a well close by. And one thing to not forget when playing this game, build a lot of wells. That's very important to make sure that your houses don't all burn down. That's why you sometimes leave some space between houses, so if one house catches fire, the rest won't. Have you tried Banished with the Mega Mod? No. I have watched some on the tube. It looks like the mod has given new life to Banished. Ooh, that's nice. I have to write that down. Banished with the Mega Mod. I'll write it down straight away. Because that could be really interesting. I mean, YouTube is already filled up with all the normal banished things, but if there's something new, then that could be really nice. Can you explain a little bit about the contents of the Mega Mod? Alright, let's check these two shacks. Now this one can just be emptied out because there's space in the other houses. And that frees up space here for other production buildings, so that is good. And this still has the child in it, so that ain't no good. We're not going to change that up. And it's summer now. Still 2 babies expecting, and plenty of space in these houses because we have space now for 15 people in just these houses. We only have 10, so space for 5 more. So we should not get too many more, because then we might be growing too fast. We can see that we get extra food. I'm going to put 1 extra into the gatherer now, because we have to save up some food for the winter. It's already summer, so winter will come at some point, and then we will have to survive that winter. And that can be tough, so we'll have to put a little bit of a focus on that, but I think we can do it. Enjoy your coffee, Thomas. Hope you and Benny had a good day. Yeah, we had, but we had to get out of bed to get the call. Nice. Alright, let's get some extra stuff. We really need wood. So one thing we could do is put somebody else into... Oh no, we did not build a forester yet. Let's get a forester, because that will help us. We can build that next to the gathering hut. I think that might be a good place, actually. There's the entrance right here. Alright, the entrance facing down. This can help us get a steady supply of wood. It won't provide us with a lot of wood, so we still need to be chopping every now and then. But it will provide us with some wood, and that's nice. As we see here that this building is almost destroyed, giving us more space here. Quite soon we're going to need an extra lumberjack and some other stuff that we can put here. Then maybe we can build 2 more houses down here and then get fishing going. I love to get a lot of fisheries. That's always a good source of food. But it will take some time. Ooh, we can see a baby has been born. One thing I like about this game is this very good designed messaging system. You really get the... I don't like the road build ones, but all the others are usually very handy. And we have Aaron being born. And we're expecting 1 more kid, so that's good. Not too many at the same time. And we could also expect a few teenagers to grow up. So that could be very nice too. And still, if you have suggestions or ideas or whatever, just feel free to let me know. Or if you have questions about the game, just ask, no problem. I'll try to answer them, of course. We have 100 gatherers here. One thing I really like about this game is that people will switch houses closer to their job. So the reason the hunter and the gatherers live in this house is because the hunter's house is here and the gatherer's hut is here. This is the closest to their work. So if we, for instance, were to build a fishery here, then we will see that the fishing people will start to move through this house if there is space. So that is something that I really... That's also why you will see people moving every now and then, because they'll just move to a new house because it is closer to their work. So the builder is now going to build the forester here, so it moved to this house because that is closer to his work. I don't know how they did a thing like that, how they coded that and stuff, but I think it's a really good thing that people just keep moving houses. I think they should add something like that in Ostriv, because that will be really helpful. Making sure that we're going to get somebody out of the collection business, by the way, because we need more wood. I think it's a really good thing, because it will make things way more efficient. We have no wood here. Alright, so let's stop building then. And make sure that we gather some stuff. We can also see that one of our kids grew up. We had 6 adults, now we have 7. So we have 1 more that's going to work. We can already see a few trees being chopped down, which is also good. That means extra wood coming in that we can use. Yeah, this is a bit like Banished, I think so. But I think Banished is a little bit... this is like a little bit more 3D and a little bit more emphasis on the graphics and things. And Banished is more like a top-down game, or I don't know how you say that. Megamod adds completely new scenarios, new buildings and stuff. Alright. There is a hard challenge to start with. Just one man, one woman. It's really... No, this game you can also start without any houses. So you really have to get everything up. But well, we'll see. I think it can be good to include Banished with this mega mod to the list. I think that can be a very nice addition. So we'll see. But for now we just started with this. So we're going to continue with it. The Adam and Eve. Max should now retire. Now he failed to win. That's interesting. I don't really remember that, but although I did read a few comments from people that they were just really happy that Ferrari won and not Mercedes, because they really hate Hamilton apparently. I tried Adam and Eve once, but failed. Oh, well, maybe it's something I should try out then. At some point, because that could make for an interesting stream. Although maybe I have to try it off stream a few times so that we actually have a chance. Alright, this now has all the wood, so I think we can add the builder to it. And then we get a steady wood production from the forester as well. It's now early fall, so we're getting closer to the winter. We can see that we are stacking up on some firewood. We have some other stuff, but not enough. But I think we also need to start worrying about food for next year. And one way to get food next year is to build a farm. So let's just go ahead with a farm field. If we make it 10 by 19, one worker can work this whole field and do a very good job with it. So let's just make it like that. We'll require some wood, so that might be an issue, but we'll deal with it. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them to stop getting all the resources that we selected here. And just focus on wood now. Just chop down these trees, make sure that we get the wood that we need, because we're totally out of wood. We're not creating any new firewood, so that's not good. Also going to put somebody in the forester business. So that should really work. And yeah, here we are. They're now clearing out this area, so they'll be clearing out the stone and any trees or whatever that's in the place. Jack and Jill went up the hill. They had a lot of fun. And then in the oven there was a bun, something like that. But okay. Let's just continue our adventure. I think so far we're doing okay. The game always keeps screaming that we're low on food pretty quickly, while I see quite a bit of food, so we'll last for a while. It's one try off stream. First Patmos, and it takes some getting used to. Well, I will give it a look and I will give it a try, and then we'll see. I have to get back into Banished as well. I also noticed that I really have to get back into this game as well. It's really like, where is everything? What should I build next? And things like that. It's quite hard, so we'll have to see. But oh, it should be fine. Everton lost. Aww. I don't care much for football, but apparently if others are sad about it, I'll just join. Nice. Well, I don't know that riddle, but it's an interesting one. And Ephraim has grown up and is ready to study. So this little kid is now grown up and ready to study. We could just force them into a house, which I'm actually going to do. So there they are. Now they're all in a house. And then they'll be busy. But I have to say goodnight to little one. So I'll be back shortly. And we're back. So let's continue our adventure here. The farm is almost ready. That's what we want to see. And we had to click this house still to make sure that it gets destroyed. Then it's done. He badly wanted to park. Goedenacht, little one. Well, thank you so much. She'll be happy to hear that, so that's great. She was pretty tired today, so I bet she'll have a good night's sleep. Have you played Medieval Dynasty before? Yes, I have. There's even videos on my channel on it, I believe. I always mix it up with Going Medieval. You have Going Medieval, where you have to build a medieval base with a group of survivors. And in Going Medieval, you play as a person in a nice, cute valley. And then you have to build each house and stuff like that. And then in the end, you build a settlement with multiple people and stuff like that. Yeah, I've played that. It's really nice. It's interesting. Nice storyline in it. Maybe we'll revisit that once too. Little one back in school now. Yes, she is since, I don't know, 4 weeks already, I guess. Time flies. I guess 4 weeks now. And she's in what we call in Holland Groep 3. So she is learning to read and write and starting the basics with mathematics. So that's really nice. The Japanese one? No, I have not. I know there's also one in America, like in the during the gold rush and stuff like that, I believe, where you play around the Grand Canyon and things like that. Maybe that could be the Wild West one. That's I couldn't just come up with it, but now I can. I like those games. They can be a bit repetitive every now and then, especially when you're like building a house and another house and another house. But usually once you have your town set up a bit and you have a few people helping out gathering stones and stuff, it's not that bad. But most of those games don't have a feature where you just tell them they need to build a house here and then people will start building a house there. It usually takes a bit longer, but oh, it's fine. All right, so we have a first farm field. We can grow different kind of stuff, but we're going to grow potatoes on this because we want to grow some food on it. Now, it's too late in the year to start now, so we're not going to start right now, but as soon as the winter is over, we are going to start producing food on this field because we can get very good amounts of food on this. Sengoku. Not yet, but okay. Yeah, I like Medieval Dynasty too. Maybe we can do another one. I really like how you play this game. Nice and slow, plus you pay attention to the chat. Yeah, thank you. I like this too. It's, I guess it's one of my little things that I, in the beginning, struggled with a bit. Because you're also thinking about what people want to see and things have to go a bit quick and stuff like that. Because otherwise people will just leave. But this is more my game style. I learned that also thanks to Kevin and Roadhog, who pointed it out to me, that I should just slow down every now and then. And yeah, I like this too. And of course, if people think this is too slow or don't enjoy it, feel free to leave. You don't have to watch, but all those that do enjoy it, well, feel very welcome. And I guess in the land of streamers and creators now, everything has to go fast and quick and with all these flashes and sounds and things like that. That's not really how I am. I guess I'm just an old soul in this young, nice body. And but you just things just nice and slow, I guess. I hope Jon's okay. Not seen him for a bit. I believe he was here last week, or at least I think when the wasn't he here when we did the Planet Zoo stream? Or was it the Sunday before? Then it was a week ago, but then he was fine. But yeah, I guess he has bar duties again. He's always busy with his bar duties. I need to save up to date to update my computer. Yeah, that's usually a thing. Well, of course, if some developer wants to give me a nice game, that's fine with me. Just don't give me any pet games anymore, because I don't like that. Jill said take 6 toys with you, so Jack brings a toy car, a commando doll, toy train, toy gun, balloons, and a puzzle. Oh boy. Alright, well, it's fall now. Winter should hit us soon. I think one of our kids should be growing up soon too. We already had a few babies, so that's nice. The good thing with this game is kids grow up quickly. So you just have to wait a few seasons before they actually grow up. So that is nice. And yeah, this is still a teenager, but as soon as she turns 6, she is counted as a grown-up. So that's good. So we have at least 2 that are growing up anytime soon that will join the workforce. And yeah, we have stocked up on firewood. We now should have a steady supply of wood incoming. Small amounts, but still wood incoming. We're getting food. I think the hunter's doing a good job because I don't see that many animals roaming into the houses anymore. So that's working too. And we still have a huge island to work on, so that's nice. The only hard thing about this game is the landscape. If we go down a bit like this, you'll see that there's actually elevation in the terrain, and that can be really hard building certain buildings. So for instance, a house, you can't really build them on these slopes. So sometimes it can be hard to build the village as I have it in my mind, but we'll work our way around it. It also forces you to be a bit creative with the town, which is also nice. So it's nice. Ah, here comes the snow. So that's a good thing. Another thing I like about this game is that snow and bad weather is a little bit more dynamic. So it doesn't always hit on the same exact date. So if you take Austria, for instance, a quarter, or at least, I have to say this correctly. In Ostrif, the first day of December, everything will be covered in snow. And then the first day of March, you can start sowing. And that's always the same. And in here, sometimes you get snow in the fall, sometimes in the late fall. Sometimes it will last to early spring. Sometimes it will last into the spring. So things are a little bit more dynamic. And that makes for interesting things, because sometimes you have a very long season. You'll get a lot of vegetables out of the ground, and another time the season is a bit shorter and you'll get fewer stuff out of the ground. And I think that's really a good thing that they added that to the game. I like that. Yeah, we can terraform if we have to, that's true, but it takes a lot of work. So if we assign them to terraform a certain area, the workers will actually have to go there and start terraforming and things like that. So that is actually quite tough. So if you can avoid it, it's a lot of work, then you should avoid it. Alright, it's freezing now. It's okay though. As soon as you hit freezing and you still have crops on your ground, they will disappear. But that's fine because we don't have crops yet. But we have to take a look at what's next. We can see that we have one more space for a person here, one more here, and no more here because they're already expecting a baby again. So we'll have space for 2 more people. And for the long run, it can be good to make sure that we can grow a little bit more than we can right now. So I'm kind of thinking, should we build that extra house already or not? Could be interesting to have that extra house, but I think we should. Let's just build that one extra house. So that we can grow our village a little bit. We'll just build it slowly with 1 builder. All the others will just keep working on all the different stuff. Alright, they're going to clear the area now. There was a little bit of wood in there. Something I also really like is when you have an area like this and there's a tree in it and they chop it, the wood will immediately be added to what they need to build. So that's a great thing. You have those games where they clear out a building site, they bring all the resources to the storage, and then they have to walk them back to the building site again. And that's something that I don't really like, but I really enjoy that. It just counts towards the stuff that they're building. So in terms of how they coded this game and they made it, it was really good. And I really enjoy that. They did that very nicely. Can you get defensive towers in this game to stop wild animals? Well, the defensive towers is the hunter. You build a hunter and they will hunt all the animals. So they are basically protecting you from the animals. We can build defenses. We can build a watchtower and a guard tower. So yeah, we can do that, but we need a lot of resources for that. So that's not really possible right now. There are disasters in this game, like you can be hit by a tornado. There is actually raiders coming by every now and then, so we're going to need defenses at some point. But why is Patmos so far behind on chat? So far behind on the chat. Well, there is a little delay. I believe it is 30 seconds. We had a few people from different countries like France that are really not so good at English. And there is an auto-translate feature that will just translate what I say basically in real time, but not really in real time. It takes a bit of time. And then you have to put on a certain delay in your stream so that the software behind it has the time to actually make the translation so that it follows what I'm saying. For the people that put that on. So that's basically what happens. There's a little bit of a delay that I had to add to ensure that I can use that translation feature. If I clear out the delay, then I can't use that feature. So yeah, you type something in the chat, I read it, then usually I respond to it immediately as I read it, and then it still takes up to 30 seconds before it actually is shown to you, because there's that 30-second delay in stream. Which is also sometimes hard for me, because then I'm just doing something or whatever, and then I have to think like, oh wait, I have to wait like 30 seconds before you actually see it, then you still have to respond. So that is, in case of the Surviving the Aftermath games, it's a bit weird, because I ask a question like, do you want to have me to do a certain trade? Then I have to wait 30 seconds before you guys actually see that on your screen. Then you have to respond to it, which goes a bit quicker, of course, because the chat goes fast. And then I have to implement that. But that's also then, after that, you will still have a 30-second silence of me, because I'm waiting for you guys to respond. So it makes for a bit odd situation sometimes, but oh well, it's fine. As we are midwinter now, look at the snow. I really love how they implemented this as well, because it just looks awesome. Everything covered in the snow. It really gives you the feel that it's really snowy. You can see the relief here on the walls, and that it's really filling with snow and things like that. It just looks very nice. You can see this guy keeps chopping firewood like his life depends on it, and it does, because without firewood, of course, he won't be living anymore in this cold, harsh environment. As another one of our kids grew up, so we now have 8 people in the workforce. That's great. We need one as a farmer soon, but Maybe we can put somebody else into another job as well. Get 1 extra for firewood at this point. Alright, let's see. It's good that the wood immediately is used, but in Ostriv it makes sense that the logs go to forestry so that they can process it into boards. Yeah, that's true, but in Ostriv they actually... The forester goes to the tree and then chops it down and then brings it back and then makes planks out of it and then they use that in firewood. That really makes sense. But for instance, in a game like Patron, you build a house out of wood and then they clear the trees, bring it to a storage, and then it's being brought back because they don't do anything with the wood. And that's a bit weird. Do you have to buy seeds to create fields? No. When you start off, as you can see right here, we have the choice out of 5 things. We can get flax, which can be used for clothing, I believe. We can get grass that we can turn into hay to feed animals. We can get oats, also used to feed animals. We can get potatoes that we can just eat straight away, or wheat, and then we have to bake bread out of that. There's more stuff to be unlocked, but for that we have to go on expeditions with a boat. We can actually build a boat and go on expedition. So we need to build a port or whatever. I'm not 100% sure which we had to build. I believe it was a port. And from there on we can go on expedition. We also have to build a ship. You can already see by the numbers how expensive this building actually is. So it's going to take some time. But then we can unlock new seeds. We can unlock new animals to be gained and things like that. So there's actually a real good incentive to at some point get going with ships and sail out and acquire new resources or seeds for new resources. But we don't really have to buy seeds to just get this field going. We have a bunch of stuff that we can actually use. I have an Ostriv question. Any of you have a clue how to get a new priest when old one die from age and your town is 1200 plus? Cannot just build a home. New married will take them direct long before a priest can get a chance. Well, I believe the priest lives in the church, doesn't he? So I think a new one should just come in and fill that spot. It's a bit like with the tavern. They live in the tavern, so a family just moves into the tavern. And usually you just have to wait a little bit and then a new one comes in and comes to live in the church. Kind of the same as in the tavern or the... what's the other one? The barber shop. So they just live in the place that they work, and that way it should be fixed, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, if they aren't processing it at all, then it makes 0 sense. Yeah, that's true, but I don't know anything about game coding, so I don't know how hard or easy it is to make that all work. But in this game they did a really good job making sure that it goes really really well and that they immediately use those resources. Alright, I'm starting to think that this one is soon going to be a little bit in the way, but for now we can leave it there. I guess it could be interesting to build another one, another field, so that we are really prepared for the summer. So let's get going with another field. And a thing to add to a field, I have to search sometimes now because then I've forgotten where something was, is, yeah, a little well. Because with a well, they can use it to water the plants in a field, which is a good thing, of course. And the plants need water every now and then, especially when it's dry. So that's a good thing to have. And also in case of a fire, having a few extra wells might be very good. No, they move into a row house or a home. I have a town with 1600 at 1 year old and it's impossible to get a new priest. Alright, well that's interesting. I have not heard of issues with that. But maybe it's a pretty new thing, the priest, so maybe that's why there's still issues with it. I'm not sure. Do you actually need the priest to be in the church in order to keep your town growing, or is it just optional? You just have to build the church? I believe so far it was just you had to build the church and that was kind of enough. But maybe they changed that as well. I'm not 100% sure, so... And maybe you're able to change things up some other way. I'm not sure. I'll report back. Yeah, let us know. I can't look it up right now, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have done that and help you out. But it's interesting. Just as I should let you know that La Vuelta a España, the big cycling race, has ended right now. And all went well for the team I support, so that's good. 2 kids born, that's nice. So now we have 5 babies, 1 teenager that should grow up at some point. And yeah, 9 workers. So 9 workers should be fine for now to keep going and to make sure that we can support this little town. And you remove the church and just rebuild it to get one. Oh, that might be an issue, but or a thing, but yeah, that's kind of tough, I guess, because of course that's not the way you want to do that. It's probably just a little bug or something like that. Alright, it's a bit too cold in the gatherer's hut as well. I forgot about that, but the gatherer can't really gather anything, so we can just free this person up, make sure that it can run around as well. It can also then start gathering some goods. I think we should be gathering more goods right now, because now is the time to gather the goods. Expecting another kid, that's great. I really like that. Another kid has been born. This field is now ready. Let's get some more potatoes for now. Just stockpile a lot of food. I guess that's a good thing. And then maybe later we can focus on hay and other types of stuff. I know they go to a house with garden or a row house. Wife become a laborer or worker. No town do not need a priest, but if I have a church, I do want a priest to work there also. Yeah, that's true. I get that. Well, as soon as I can, I will look into it, but I can't right now, of course. I'm a bit busy with this little town. I think so far we're doing okay. We have 20 residential places. We have 16 people. So we have place for 4 more. It's early spring now, and we can also see that we still have a good amount of firewood. So I'm really happy with that. Like to keep that up. And I think we should soon put 2 people into the farming business. The temperature is still -4. But as soon as that reaches 0, we should be starting to work the fields. Lurking while I prep and eat dinner. Okay, Euphoria. What are you going to eat? Enjoy the cooking. I looked it up. The first forum chat on Steam that came up says you need an open house. How about that? Alright, so I guess once the priests die, you need to have another house available so a new priest can move in. I guess that's the thing then? It's interesting. It's an interesting question. I've never gotten to a point, I guess, where my priest died and I had to replace it. Ah, interesting. Chicken and veggies from the slow cooker. Okay, that's very nice. That's very nice. Temperature still -3, so it's still not ready to get going on the fields. And from here on we should start to plan some other things, I guess. Not gonna mine because they're really expensive. But maybe we should be going for some other stuff already that we might be able to use. Although the blacksmith is a bit early because we need to make iron for that. Maybe we should invest in a few different things of food. Like get fishing or a fish farm maybe. Ah, we can see the snow moving, so let's get 2 farmers out. We want 2 people to start farming and do a great job with that. That would be great. Let's see. Yeah, they're working the fields now. That's good. Let's hope the snow doesn't come back, because then we have a problem, of course. But yeah, they're really working hard, so that's working out. Now the thing with this game is, especially now in the beginning, we have to just consolidate our position and make sure that we grow in terms of people. And as soon as we actually are growing in numbers of people and we can sustain a bigger village and things, the game really kicks off then. Right now it's a bit of a waiting game. But that's because you only start off with 10 people and you just have to slowly reproduce and keep going on. Well, we can see that Aaron, our first kid that got born, is now already grown up so far that it's now ready to study. So that's good. Just a couple more seasons and he will be ready to join the workforce, which is nice. If we go click one of our people, we can see that there's actually some things that affect them. So happiness is a factor. Clothing is a factor, and if they have tools, and also if they went to school and have a house. So you can actually send them to school and build a school at some point, and you get smarter kids that work better. So far we're not there yet, but at some point we will. I think we should get a herbalist, start gathering some herbs. Because those herbs will be needed to keep everybody healed up. So let's build a herbalist and start gathering some herbs. That might be a good thing. But with that size, immigrants have no chance. No married, take the home direct. The home is finished. I tried to set house on hold, but did not help. Direct, I released the hold. New married. Yeah, that's a thing in a big town. A lot of people will get married then. That's always a thing. But I guess if you build enough houses, at some point you should be done with marrying. And my experience is, once you have a town long enough, people will also start to die, and that will also free up houses at some point. So there will be more houses available at some point. So you could also just kind of wait it out and make sure that people just die of natural causes, and then a house will also come free. You'll need to have a pretty old town, of course, for that to happen, but it does happen. I will need to run soon, hopefully be back before the end of the stream. Well, we hope so too, Donnie. I'll be here for at least another hour, so hope to see you there. I clicked this screen away, that's not supposed to happen. We need to build an extra builder as well to get the herbalist going. All my animals come first. How about if you build a bunch of houses, as I said before, have them all on hold and then release them all at the same time? Maybe not enough marriages will happen to take them all. Ah, that could be a thing. Or you could just take a few farms out of the equation and then a quarter of your population will die, and then you have enough free houses to get a new priest. I mean, it's an option. Of course, you should not take me too serious now. But yeah, there's different options. You'll send a packet over. Ooh, that's nice. I guess by the time the package arrives in our country here, it can just walk to me on its own. But so it should be interesting. Tool reserves are low. Okay, well, that's not the biggest issue yet, but we might be able to do something about that. I also want to get a healer going. One thing I still really miss in this game is a real good tooltip. Alright, allows you to hire a healer to heal sick villagers. You must have herbs to start healing. Okay, well, we have herbs, or at least we're building the herb guy. I think this could be a good place, or maybe here. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, that's a big thunderstorm. Let's build the healer right here. We don't have enough grass for it, but we can just collect some extra hay if we want to. That should work. Last town I had 600 plus people. I tried to get a new priest. I built 8 3-floor row houses, but just Mary took all and it made my game totally crash. So now I'm at map 2 with 1k people. Well, that's an impressive number. Then I guess you should really go with the idea of just shutting down your farms for a season. Kill off half your population, and then you should have plenty of space. Hey, Rosanetka, nice of you to join us. I hope all is well and that you had a good Sunday so far. I know we had. Alright, we can see our crops are growing. You can also immediately see the difference in fields. There's 18 on here right now. There's 103 here already. That's just the difference between somebody... We put them on the job when the snow was already gone. And it could well be that the one working this farm was still out collecting something, then had to go back, put the stuff away, and then started working the field. And that time it makes it that this field will not produce as much as this one. So there's big fluctuations between that just by the time when somebody's starting and things like that. So you need to make sure that people get to the farms quick enough or early enough. So it could be good to just before the temperature hits above 0 to already put farmers in so that they can quickly go to their farm and start working. It's all interesting. You see the game calculation. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, heatwave here is over. It's actually been raining last night, which was kind of unexpected, I think. I did not see that on the forecast, but yeah, heatwave is over. Was still a very good weekend. Wifey little one and a friend of little one went to the beach Saturday. Had a great time there. And it's just like 20 degrees now outside. Good temperatures. So things are looking good that way. And quite a bit of rain forecasted this week, but I hope it's not in the times when I'm cycling with little one back and to school. And otherwise, all the time, I don't mind the rain. How's the weather there? I could go make me coffee and bake some bread to the coffee, and when I return, maybe the calculation was done. Oh wow, that's very long calculation. Well, I guess it could also be like a historically accurate game that when you start off the game, people are still very religious and you get a priest and stuff like that. And then when you progress into the game, time advances and then people start to leave the church more and more. So when the priest finally dies, there's nobody else that wants to be a priest because people just don't go to church anymore. So it could also just be a historic thing. I don't know. I mean, the game is all about historic accuracy, so it could be a thing. Alright, we have one builder, we have one person available to gather actual goods. All the rest is busy, so we have to... we really need some extra people, some extra hands to get the game up to the next level and the next speed. Mostly below 20 degrees. Oh well, that's not too bad. I mean, for me at least, I like that. I like somewhere between 18 and 22 degrees. That's perfect temperature for me. But I also like it when it's freezing and things like that. I don't mind the cold, as long as it's not raining. I don't really mind the rain, but it's just nicer when the sun is shining, even when it's cold. Alright, let's see. 4 kids, 4 teenagers now, so that should mean that some of them will grow up. Okay. Expecting a baby. This is filled up. This is expecting a baby. Alright, so all places will soon be filled up. So I guess not too long from now we can build another house again. And work our way to growing the town a bit more. We're almost at the maximum amount of people that we can have. And yeah, there will be no more babies after this, so we need to grow. So what kind of weather do you like? How's the herbalist coming along? Oh, wow, the herbalist needs a lot of wood. That really is a lot of wood. Well, just one more and then quite a bit of building time. 18. So that takes some time. I have to say the hunter is doing good because I don't see a lot of animals anymore. But maybe it's doing a bit too good because all the animals are gone. Oh, there's a fox. Okay. Maybe there's some animals on top here. No, I don't see a lot. Should hope that some more animals come in soon because we need it to work. We're also bringing wood to the village healer now, but we don't have the wood for that. So I'm actually going to revert back to an old trick. Let's tell them not to grab anything and just go get some hay because we need hay. 18 and 30. and go grab us some trees. We're going to take the trees from this side, because right here we don't want to take all the trees for the gatherer and stuff, so we'll do it like that. I like non-rainy days. Yeah, those are the nicest days, but in terms of temperature, are you like good with high temperatures? I mean, once it gets like above 26 or 28, it's getting hard for me, and above 30 I just don't function anymore. It's too warm. I mean, I can still do some things, but I can't do nearly as much as I do on a colder day. Just the heat taking on to me. Alright, we still have plenty of resource space, so that is good. No worries there. We have 2 wells now that they can use to extinguish fires, so that's good. I like 21 degrees to 23. After that it's too hot. Yeah, true. I totally agree with that. Alright, Ephraim has grown up and he's ready to work, so we have 1 extra worker. Let's put him in the building squad for now. Guess they still need some stuff to get before we... Oh, we're almost out of clay. And the only way to get clay is to build a clay mine. So we might need to build a clay mine at some point. As they are now building the herbalist hut. That's good. Then we can finally start to gather some herbs. In case people get sick. And people will get sick. You can even get a lot of sick people, which is not nice, of course. We need to focus on making sure that not a lot of people get sick. The sickness can spread and diminish the population, and that is not what we want. But at least it's not what I want. We are not used to the heat in the UK. Well, I guess that goes for most countries. I remember when I was younger, growing up, like 8 or something like that, when we had a day above 30, that was really special. And I looked up the numbers, and back then, when I was young, there were like between 1 and 3 days above 30 on average each year. And right now that's above 9 each year on average. So yeah, that changed a bit. It's getting warmer, and I don't like that. Maybe I should move to Sweden or Denmark or something like that. 18 to 25 during the day, and at night around 10-15. Yeah, that would be perfect. Then when you open up a window in the evening, you can feel a cooling breeze that will take the heat out of the bedroom, and then you can just normally sleep instead of floating to another room in your own sweat. Yeah, that's good. I did a lot of money on that town. I could have coal going 24/7 to Daikachi. Oh, wow. They just stopped taking care of the hay. When all cows in 20 sheds start dying, they did die fast. It was impossible to save the town. 100-year-old town. Well, that's really cool. That's really nice. I guess then really people just leaving the church is part of the game then. If you have a 100-year-old town. Alright, we can see the first harvest coming in already on this field. While this one is not even getting really close to 952. So this one will take quite some time. But this will bring us good amounts of food. Because if we can get everything in, we get 900 food out of this. That's really nice. You would not like the weather here in Florida. No, I'm sorry to say, Thomas, but I would not like the weather in Florida. I'm in love with the Dutch weather. It's just every day is different. You have lots of rain, but also lots of nice days. In the summer, it's an okay temperature, usually not too hot. In the winter, it doesn't get too cold. It's just perfect. I like it. Clear skies at 9+ Celsius. Oh, that's okay. As long as it's clear skies, it's usually fine. The humidity makes you feel bad too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Dry heat is always better. Alright, we have another thing to focus on, because right now we're getting in a lot of vegetables. We also get some meat in, and a little bit of fruit. But that's it. And that's not good enough for food variety. So we need to start getting more food variety. Otherwise, it will not help our population. So another thing to go and do, while I see that this building is not working. Why is it not working? Oh, they don't have wood. Well, there is wood, so they should get it. Let's get one guy out. Another thing we need to focus on is food variety for a bit. So let's get a fisherman's lodge, because we don't have clay yet. So let's just get a fisherman's lodge. Let's make sure that we can catch some fish. Now you can see by the circle already, we should not put too many of these close to each other, because then they won't work that well. But this should be good. So let's build it right here and make sure that we can get some fish soon. They should be able to fish year round, so that's good. And that will also help us with the food variety. The herbalist is now ready, so let's start collecting a few herbs. And then later on, once the winter hits, we can get them out. But at least we'll have a few herbs. And then once this building is ready, our healer, we can actually heal people. Alright, we do need more hay for it. Now hay is collected like this. But we can also grow hay on a field, so that might be worth it to build an extra field soon. And just focus it on getting some grass, and that will be turned into hay then. That can be very powerful. As we see that this field now started to put in the stuff too, so that's good. It's already late summer, so they'll still need quite a bit of time to actually bring all the goods in. We can't help them out. We can't put in more people, so that's the downside of it. But yeah, they should really be bringing in all the goods. I guess if we build a barn somewhere up here, that would shorten their walking distance. That could help them out, but for now it's fine. We're okay. You should have seen my cemetery, or 2 cemeteries on that town. Oh yeah, there will be a lot of tombstones. That will be true. Well, of course, and that goes for everyone. If you have fun things with a game, or you're just proud of something or whatever, just post the pictures in the Discord. I like watching other people build towns and things like that. So please do that. For instance, I'm very curious to see Roadhog. I know he's busy with Planet Zoo every now and then, trying to build a nice zoo. I would love to see some pictures of that, and what he's building and how he's doing things and stuff like that. And so, yeah, always feel free to just post pictures in the Discord about games you play and things you enjoy. I would love to see a 1600 plus town that is already 100 years old in Ostrip. So yeah, please post some pictures. Alright, getting in more and more hay, just a little bit more and we're there. They're collecting it now, so that is good. I guess we can revert back to just one healer, or one builder, so that all the others can take in all the hay and stuff like that. I have some pics up on the Ostrif Discord. Ah, that's not where I'm at. And that town, and also at the cemetery. But then I think town was just 50 years when I showed the cemetery. Well, that's still cool. A 50-year-old town with a nice cemetery. So, I would love to see. Alright, we just need a bit of wood. And then we're there with the Fisherman's Lodge. I think we have already told them to chop a few trees here, but let's tell them to do a few extra. That's fine. We can see the numbers of food running up, at least for the vegetables. Would be nice to get fishing soon too. Almost out of bread as well. So yeah, not a lot of variety. They won't like that too much. Soon be snow for us, Euphoria. Are they expecting snow in England already? That's soon. A war zone in Sweden? What did I miss? Is it like a weather war zone or... Firewood. Yeah, we're good with firewood. 1,000 vegetables. Well, I guess a lot of people won't like to live in my town that are now in chat, because I know they're all meat eaters and we don't have that much meat yet, but we'll start working on that soon. Should we go get something of a... Yeah, we can't build a pasture yet because we have not found any animals. So that's going to have to wait some time. We could also start working on an orchard. Just to make sure that we get nice amounts of fruit going. That could be something. Now, I don't remember the ideal size of an orchard. But I think building one right here could be interesting. I don't know. 18 by 22, something like that. That's a lot of wood, though. But at least we'll be getting some fruit out of it. Let's just do it. Let's just plan ahead. We have to make sure that our town grows anyway, so let's go ahead with it. Ooh, we have the fisherman's lodge almost ready. Oh, we still need a bit more hay. That's not good. I thought we were already collecting more hay. There's 18 more there, there's 19 more there, there's 39 more there. Okay, let's go get it. Alright, we can soon go fishing. I like it. That'll be bringing in some extra food. Can we rename it or something like that? I don't think so. No, we can't. Okay, well, at least I'm going to put somebody on fishing duty for now. We need to fish. I wonder who's going to be the fisherman or woman. Leandro. Alright. He's now still chopping a tree. So here you can see it in action. We've assigned him to be the fisherman, but he's finishing the job that he's already doing. He's collecting some wood apparently. So he will chop the tree, he will bring away the wood. And then once he's done, he will start to work in the fishery. But that's also what happened on the farm. So when I assigned somebody to work on the farm, they still had to finish the job that they were doing. That's why this farm started out slower than this one. It's fine though. And it's still plus temperatures, so they can still bring in more food. But you can also see how long it takes for them to actually bring in the food. So we're going to lose quite a bit of food. But, oh well, we'll survive. Must have had a Discord. Yeah, most games and things like it right now have a Discord. It's just that I try not to join all of them because it's just way too busy to keep up with. It's already busy to just keep up with my own Discord, so we don't usually get snow where I live in England. Moose hunting season is going on. Old men 70 plus with guns in forests do not dare to go out. A few years ago, one old man put 6 bullets in a harvester. Believed it was a moose. Ah, there's just a lot of trigger-happy people there, I guess. I mean, I think even without my glasses, I would be able to spot the difference between a harvester and a moose. But I guess for some Swedish old men, it's quite hard to see the difference between a moose and a harvester. I'm not sure what that says about people, but it's at least an interesting thing. Alright, we get small amounts of fish in. We won't be getting in too much fish, but at least it's something and it can go around town, so that's good. Is the gatherer still working? Yes, as long as temperatures are above 0, the gatherer is working. So we are not to take them out yet. As soon as they stop working, we can take them out and assign them to a different job, but that's just not right now. You need to make it illegal to drink alcohol while hunting. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Guess you could just stop hunting, but oh well. I can totally relate to the thing that you would not go out anymore while people are hunting. I would also stay inside. Way too scared to get hit by somebody stupid. Fish and chips. Ooh, very nice, very nice. And of course, to everybody watching, a big thank you for spending time here, for taking the time to watch this and enjoy this. I hope you actually do enjoy this. I see that I already have 10 likes, so I guess a few people at least enjoy this. Thanks so much. If you haven't done so, please hit that like button too. It helps me in the algorithms. And of course, if you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. It's a big help. And thank you all so much for all your time and fun and laughter and chats and things like that. It's really appreciated. That's why I love streaming so much, to just talk to each and every one of you and have fun. It really makes my day and I look forward to it each and every day. Alright, we have a few people available now. can the... no, it can also not work. So let's get the herbalist out there too. We did collect herbs, so that's good. I guess we can put in one more builder. And maybe one extra for some firewood. We should now really be getting some grass in to be using. So one of the things we are going to do is build an extra farm. And we'll put grass on it for a year. So that we get like 600 hay or something out of that. So we can last with that a bit. Bye, Euphoria. The stream is not ending, by the way, so people don't run away. I will be here for a bit. I was just thinking, everyone. But goodbye. Eat your... have fun with your slow-cooked veggie and chicken dinner. I hope it's nice. Take care. See you next time. I thought of suggesting this game to stream. Well, then I put out the YouTube vote and people voted for this, so that was easy. Although I also got a few people that requested Medieval Dynasty, and there's still other games that people request, so that's all fine. We're gonna get... there's still plenty of streams to come anyway, so we'll get to that. Alright, we have our orchard. All we can grow are apples. So yeah, let's do that. Fast perennials. I don't think they can actually put on trees right now, but we can try. No, see, it's too cold, so we can't put trees on. So as soon as the season starts, we will start to put in some trees and then get to work with it. It also means that we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people working these professions. That's half our population. So we need to be a little bit picky on what everybody is going to do. But let's see, we have the fisherman's hut. It's working. We actually get some fish. We have a lot of veggies that's going through. Oh, I thought you were closing the stream. Yeah, I kind of figured that because I was saying thanks to everybody and then you said bye. So I thought, well, let's just make it clear. No, I'm just very happy and grateful with all the love and support in chat. And I thought I'd thank people for that. That's basically all I intended. So yeah, I'm not stopping yet. We'll be continuing for a bit. Ooh, there's some hay. Very good. Welcome back, Euphoria. We've missed you very much. Very true, very true. A guy I know, he fell asleep when he was hunting from a small hunting tower. Something dropped at the roof. He woke up scared by mistake. A shot got off. He did kill a squirrel. Good hunter. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, at least another 30 minutes, Kevin, but... it kind of depends a bit on wifey as well, because if she goes to bed early, I will stop. And of course also on myself and how my voice is holding up. But if everything goes well, I could just be continuing for another hour. I don't know. I have a lot of fun right now, and I feel alright and my voice is holding up. So I won't be stopping soon, but who knows. Alright, 2 people fishing. That should increase the amount of fish that we get. We're almost out of bread now, so no more bread. Just a bit of meat. So yeah, it's a bit one-sided food. Hopefully soon we can get fruit as well. And then we'll see. Did he mount this squirrel? I hope Roadhog and Benny are still awake. They're pretty silent. Or maybe they're just having too many beers, so they don't know where the keyboard is anymore. Who knows? Who knows? At least then they're having a good time, so that's really good. That's important. If the squirrel was after his nuts, better safe than sorry. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good reason to fire off a shot. Maybe the squirrel just went nuts. Who knows? Ah, there's Road Dog. Road Dog and Benny. Very good, very good. Unfortunately, Benny doesn't count towards the viewer count, but that's fine. Alright, firewood's good, food is good. So things are still okay. Maybe it's time to to get some clothing going. We should be getting hides from the... yeah, we do have hides as well. So maybe we can produce a little bit of clothing already. I'm not sure though. But we need clay for this. So we might also need to invest in a clay pit. Let's go over the housing because, yeah, all the houses are filled up. So let's build a house first so we can actually keep growing our town. Yeah, let's build one more house. That way we can keep growing the town. Because right now we're already at the max. People will still grow up, so we can actually put them in the workforce. But we are at the max, so we need to grow a bit. And then things should be continuing. They're really busy with this healer. It's a very big building, apparently. So it takes a long time for them to build it. But it should be fine. We have some hay to spare. Our resources are okay, so we don't really have to be too busy with that. The guy have no balls if he got scared from the cone. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. The coffee was great at 2 p.m. Well, I guess you could have plenty of beers now. So what are your people's plans for this week? I myself have to work a funeral tomorrow and of course bring little one to school and pick her up from school and things like that. And then Friday I have another funeral planned already. Could be 1 or 2 in between, but I don't know yet, so we'll hear about that. If not, I'll be putting in a lot of work on the channel because I think that's really important and I finally have the time because the last few weeks were very busy in the funeral business, so I did not have a lot of time. So I really hope to keep investing more and more time in it, especially when these amazing developers keep sending me games to check out like Pet Shop World. I need a lot of time to get over that, so I'll be putting that time in the channel. And of course, if you have suggestions for the channel, games you want to see me play, things you want to see me do or whatever, feel free to let me know. I also hope you enjoyed the little foundation video I made with the updates that came out, just to show them and make them clear for everybody to see what's in there and what you can expect from it. I'm hoping to do more videos like that as well, because usually when a game comes out or when an update comes out from a game that I know, I just check a YouTube video to see somebody explaining them to me so I know what's new and what to expect from it. And I thought, well, why not do that myself then? That could be very helpful. So maybe that's some new corner that I can go into. That would be nice. We have a healer now. The thing with the healer is, though, I will not be putting anybody in because we don't have any sick. We should be seeing a little icon over somebody that they're sick. And as far as I know, we have no sick people, so there's no reason to put people into the healer's hut. But as soon as we get sick people, of course, I'll put somebody in. There's room for 3 patients, so that's good. And that means that we can now actually heal some people. So that will be really nice. The next house is coming in. I like that too. The amount of veggies that we have is dropping. Well, not really fast, but it is dropping. So we need to keep our eyes on that to make sure that we keep having enough food. Could be a bit tough to make all of that come through, but we'll see. We still need to build this field. Hopefully that's done before the end of winter. And then it's all focused on getting a lot of food in again to make sure that we survive another winter. And of course, now I need to shut up a bit to give you all time to respond to all the questions I had about what your plans are for this week and things like that. So I'll be silent for a bit. Not that I am very good at that, but I'll do my best. Well, of course, I could keep talking a bit about the game or something like that while people answer. And of course, you're totally free to not answer if you don't want to. That's fine as well. It's -6, it's still midwinter, so no reason to put any people on farming duty yet. Teenager Keaton has grown up and is ready to work. Very good. We now have 12 people that are able to work. Those numbers get better. Work, lol. Yeah, you already told me you have 7 days of work. Is it just this week that you have to do 7 days, or are you going to do that more often until you hit your retirement point? 7 days a week, that's long. And all night shifts, right? Then you really have like an upside down life where you just work at night and sleep during the day. It's a bit interesting. I would not know how that would be for me. I don't think I would be able to deal with that. The hunting cabin. Well, the bear just needs to get in range and then we can pick off the bear. There's another bear and a fox, but they're all out of range, I guess. So not a lot of meat incoming. Next 4 weeks, all night. Alright, so that's like 28 days of straight work. Wow, that's a lot. Well, it's really nice that you help out people that way, because if you're short of people and things, then it's really nice to do that. But I guess you also need to take care of yourself and look after yourself a bit. I don't know if it's really healthy to just be working 28 days in a row. But I guess you know what's best. But please take good care of yourself. Late winter. Now that's interesting. We're getting closer to the point where we can start to get new food. Then of course it still takes a long time before we actually get the food. That's what we have to take into account. I hope we manage, because this is running down way too quickly for me. We had over 1,500 in the fall, and now it's winter. We already lost 500. So I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to use this field for grass. I think we're going to use this field for veggies as well, because we need more veggies. Taxman will send me a Valentine's card next year. Yeah, probably. Do you get like nice tax benefits when you retire, or is it just keep paying full taxes or something like that? Welcome back, Donnie. Nice that you made it again. That's great. I'm asking everybody what's the plans for the coming week, so feel free to share your plans. I see a lot of people are not really willing to share their plans, so that's totally fine, of course. But me asking about people's weeks and everything. All of a sudden, chat falls silent. Alright, it's early spring, -5 degrees. I'm going to keep my eyes on the temperature a bit. So as soon as I see it almost reaching 0, we'll put people in the farming business. And then we'll get a lot of potatoes and things out of that. -4 now. -3. Oh, interesting. Valentino's grow up and ready to study. The baby was born. So we are still slowly growing. I like it. Devon has grown up ready to work. That's good. Alright, nice. We have 7 people available now. So that's good. That means that we can really house people where we want them to. -2. -1. So yeah, I'm going to put people in here now, so that actually they can start to work as soon as it becomes available. I want 1 extra also to be gathering. And now we have 1 person just walking around doing other things. And now kind of hoping that the temperature will get above 0 soon. I found out that the Netherlands indicates the whole country. That's true. Holland indicates part of the country where there are lots of waterways. Correct me if I'm wrong, but where does Dutch come from? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we have all these different names for our country. Yeah, you have Holland, which is basically 2 provinces, North Holland and South Holland. That's where most of the population lives, actually, in those 2 provinces. And yeah, I actually live in South Holland. I know Roadhog doesn't live in Holland, so that's a different thing. Where does Dutch came from? I'm not 100% sure where that comes from, actually, the name Dutch. Did not really look that up. probably given to us by some foreigner. I don't know. I guess you could Google it. Alright, the spring has started. They started to work on the fields. They're going to plant trees here soon, hopefully, because, yeah, oh, they're already planting a lot of trees. That's great. I think the first year we won't get anything out of this orchard because, well, the trees have to grow, of course. But hopefully we can get some nice food out of this field as well, so that we will actually be able to refill our food stocks. We can see that we got some meat in, so apparently a few more animals came into to the hunting area. But we need to focus on a bit more food still. But it's interesting to know. Yeah, that's a good question. I can't look it up right now, but I might do that later, or you should just Google it yourself. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, Tuesday is a day of introduction and training and yawning. Yeah, that's usually the hardest day of work, the introduction day. The most tiring. Then the job start proper on Wednesday. Nice. Well, we wish you all the best in your new job, Donnie. I think you'll be a master soon at your job. With the speed temperature going down now, it was 10 plus when I watched the stream now. It's down to 8 plus, so now coming closer fast. Yeah, then the temperature's really dropping quickly. Dutch is West Germanic language. It derives from Low Franconian, the speech of the Western Franks, restructured through contact with speakers of North Sea Germanic along the coast. Alright, the Flying Dutch. Have to keep the name, so not forget about the Flying Dutch. Yeah, the Flying Dutchman. Or so Google says, and Google is never wrong. Yeah, Google has all the knowledge and all the power. Yeah, I guess, well, I don't really know the specific name where it came from. I guess that's all the talk about the language, but who came up with the name Dutch and why do they name it that? That's an interesting question. Hi everyone, I have to run. Nice to see everyone and hope to be back Wednesday. Yeah, we hope to see you too then. We'll be continuing with our Planet Zoo thing, so that'll be nice if you could join us. I hope all is well. Enjoy the fishing next days. We're rooting for you that you're going to catch a nice big fish soon. And otherwise just bribe the little diver that's helping out your roommate. Ask him to put a fish on your lure as well. Are there lots of tulips? Yes, we have a lot of tulips in our country. Dutch came from the word Ditch or something like that. It's historic West Germanic. Yeah, that's probably true. That's true, Benny, yeah. Dutch also sounds a bit like Deutsch. So it's probably an old local saying and then local word, and then the British just slaughtered it like they do most things, and now it's called Dutch. That's probably it. Gonna fish today. Ooh, we're gonna take a look at Hiradev here. There. Catch the fish, catch the fish. Oh, and remember, try to cast your lure next to the fish so that they can actually grab it. That should help out. May the fish be the size of Jaws. Ooh, that'll be interesting to haul that into on the shore. Well, have a great week, Hiradev. Take care, stay healthy. I don't blame you. Brits don't know better, so there's no reason to blame them. It's just pointing out the truth. That's it. Alright, here we have all of our houses, each one looking different. I really like that about this game. And I like to look at the workers, working really hard, making sure everything is alright. Don't think we'll get any apples soon, but maybe next year. Every now and then we just need to zoom in a bit so we can see how beautiful this town looks. I like it when people carry something that they really make it seem like it's heavy what they're carrying. That's a fun thing. You can see when they're not carrying anything, they just walk up straight. And as soon as they start carrying something, they'll be like walking like it's really heavy, which is a nice feature. So far, I don't see anybody sick, so that is still good. We can see that the forester is doing a good job maintaining the forest and also bringing us the wood, so that works. So things look quite good. Unsubscribed, lol. The English have to be famous for something. Yeah, that's true. I'm offended. Well, you have the right to be offended, so that's fine. You're from Liverpool, you cannot get offended. Also true, also true. Well, you know, I just like the Brits. They're amazing. It's like sometimes you need an example of how not to do things. So yeah, I love the Brits. They're just, I mean, I have a 6-year-old now. She needs to learn a lot about the world, and I can just tell her, look at England, and that's not how you do things, and then she can learn a lot from it. So yeah. Well, I guess the Brits have been going around the whole globe, destroying people's languages and just replacing it with English, so I guess they really made a sport out of that. But it's all jokes, of course. I love the Brits. Alright, so in terms of resources, we're fine. In terms of food, we need more food. So I guess another fishery might do, or maybe a fish farm, because that produces a bit more. But we also might need another hunter. You could build this nice hunting cabin. It's the new building that I got, so that's nice. It has a big area to work in, and it can house more people to actually work. So I think it can be nice to just build this hunting lodge and do a lot of hunting. So let's just try that out. We have only one person available, but we have 9 kids and 13 people actually working, and that's a good ratio, because that means that we have more people working than actually mouths to feed that are not producing anything, so that's not that bad. I like it that way. Ooh, we can get 1800 apples out of this, I believe. That would be very nice. You could see that they were just watering the stuff, because that's why we built the well here. That just go get water there and then water the stuff. You can see this one too, it takes water and then waters the plants. So that's a very good thing. That means that they stay good. Of course, if it's raining, you will see this fill up as well, so that's a good thing too. And the fields are really starting to grow crops. As soon as they hit the maximum number, they will start to harvest it. That's how it works. So that's good. I like this. How you get the hunting lodge? You just go to your Steam workshop and subscribe to it, and then in game, I'll show you for a second. You have the modification option, and all the things you subscribed to in the workshop you can then activate. You have to click this little button, and then it's in your game, and then you can actually build it. So I've added a few things, so some extra town decorations. I can zoom out extra far, which is nice. We have a bit more productive animals and orchards. So I added a few things that I like to this. There's way many more options that you can get, so you can always just go there and find lots of nice things, new buildings and stuff. There's even new housing and things like that, so there's lots and lots of cool stuff in the Steam workshop. I find it amazing how far we invaded. Sorry, discovered. Well, there's one thing you can say about the Brits, but they did not do a lot of discovering. That's done by all the other nations before them. They were just mainly doing the invading part. Room for one more. They're having a baby here. And all the other houses are filled already. So we built the extra house during the winter. And there's just room for one more kid. So, almost time to build another house again. How do you recognize an Englishman on the beach in Spain? He is either chalky white or heavily red tanned. Probably true. Yeah, that's probably true. Alright, so let's see. The herb garden, that's cool. We can also build a herb garden now where we can grow our own herbs that are then used by the healer. So that's interesting. We can just build a herb garden here and grow our own herbs. I'm not going to do that yet because that will be our last clay and I don't want to waste our last clay yet, but it could be interesting at some point. Alright, we have kids growing up, so we can have 2 more builders now, and they can now really start to actually build the hunter's hut that we've placed, so that's good. Let's go building it. Times were different then, yeah, very true, very true. But we brought lots to the world too. Well, that's true, but that's also like it's a point of view, because if you look at at the world from a Western point of view, then of course we brought a lot to the world. But the question is, are we better off? I don't know. It's really hard to judge all these things. Like, were the native Indians in America better off when we came? I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, we brought a lot of stuff, but we also destroyed their way of life. So I don't know. It's all a matter of perspective, and it's all a matter of whether you think something is good or not. Is it good that we drive around in cars or not? Or should it have been better off when we all had a horse or something like that? I don't know the answers to all those questions. Of course, we all like to think that we're doing good things and that we're helping people and stuff like that. But I don't know if there's always like a nice and straight answer, yes or no, or all these things all have different perspectives and angles that you can take a look at. And then from one side, the answer might be yes, and from one side, the answer might be no to the same question. So always tough. I guess the thing with history, it's easy to just sit here now and judge things that happen and then be either offended by it or applaud it or whatever. But what's the point? I mean, I can defend all the things that the Dutch did in history. I can reject everything and say it's all bad. I can do anything about it anyway. But what's the point? It happened. And we just have to deal with what came out of that, whether that's good or bad or whatever. People are sometimes way too much focused on having an opinion about what happened or judging it or whatever. But it's not helpful. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. We live in the world that we are in right now. And I can do things about the world right now, but I can't do things about 200 years ago. So yeah, well, to be offended by history is pointless, maybe so, but if you are the descendant of somebody that was made a slave, then you still have to, in some ways, live your life with the consequences of that. I mean, if your whole family comes from Africa and you've been brought to America and that's where you have grown up now, then of course it's easy to say, oh well, it just happened in the past, you need to deal with that. But part of you comes from a different continent. You might have a different skin color reminding you of that all the time. So also that is very easy from one side to say, oh well, don't be offended by it, it's pointless. And on the other hand, then you're maybe denying somebody their history and their ancestry and their... So it's really hard to say... I know smart's not the right word, but to say intelligent things about this, because it all has so many sides. And people should not be stuck in the past, that's true. But we should also not pretend that the past isn't there and that some things might not have gone wrong in the past while they actually did. So it's all really complex. It's all really complex, and I think the most important thing is to talk about things and to acknowledge things and to also accept different views. So if somebody... and there's actually been evidence by science that people can be affected by what happened to their parents and things like that. They can be given through in DNA. So if somebody had a lot of bad experiences in their life, they might have hormonal changes that can be passed on to their kids that are more likely, for instance, to be depressed and things like that, because that's written in their DNA, because that's what came from their parents. So yes, there are still things that can happen to people, and so it's all really complicated, and we should not simplify those things, but we should talk about them, be honest about things, acknowledge each other's opinion, and that all opinions are worth having. So for me, I don't know how it is to be a descendant from a slave, so I can't say anything about that. And for me, that makes it sometimes hard to imagine how that is. And on the other hand, somebody that is a descendant of a slave has their own history, but they can't probably imagine how it's like to be me. So why judge each other all the time? Just be honest to each other, acknowledge each other, and accept that things are different for each person, that it's not good or bad, it's just different, and then look forward to how together we can at least make the world we live in now a better place. I think that's the way to go. And if for somebody that means that they still have to find things in the past or find something about their ancestry, then fine, go do that. If it is to just continue your life the way it is, then go do that. But be supportive to each other, acknowledge each other, and don't dismiss each other because somebody has a different feel or a different view or a different idea about that. Let's see, we can add a hunter. Will it go into this building? I don't think so. But let's add 2. We now have 2 hunters, and if we go here, where's the other hunter? Here, because now they're all in this hunter. If we just put 1 in there and put the other 2 in here, these might do a good job because there's a lot of animals here. So let's go do it like this. Talking is one thing, yeah, that's true. History is, as we say in Sweden, no idea to cry over spilled milk. Maybe, but if nobody ever learned from spilling milk, then we would still all be spilling milk like we were 2-year-olds. But luckily we learned from it. The only thing I know about history is make sure you delete it before lending your computer to anyone. Well, that at least tells us a lot about your history, but yeah, that's probably true, and a good idea. Yeah, you should do that. Alright, we are getting in new food from the farms, that's working out. We are not getting in any food from the orchard yet, so that probably be next year, but that's fine. But we do need to stockpile more food. Now the hunters might help out with that a little bit, so that should be nice. And there's still plenty of food to be taken out of this. And I think we might start working on another fishery then, maybe. Just to get a little bit of extra fish as well. If we place it here, it's still close to the housing and it should not interfere with the other one. So yeah, let's build another fishery. Let's get 2 builders on it. Exactly. So asking for an apology or reparations from current people is ridiculous. Every country has skeletons in the closet. We all invaded each other. Lol. We should all learn from it, though. Well, that's true. We should learn from it. I think there's two things that we should split. There is recognizing what happened, and there is saying sorry. And for a lot of people, those two go together. So people will basically not really recognize what happened because they are afraid that then at some point they'll have to say sorry. And so usually none of those things happen. I think it's really important to recognize your history. So as Dutch, we should recognize that we had a part in the slave trade and that was bad and that should have never happened, but it did. That's one thing. I also agree that saying sorry for it, I mean, I wasn't there, I didn't do that. And I live by the rule that I only say sorry for things that I did wrong. So even when I had an instance once that somebody wanted me to say sorry, well, I did not do anything wrong, at least in my opinion. So I did not say sorry for it. I'm not going to say sorry for something that I think or feel like I did not do wrong. And saying sorry for what people 200 years ago did it's pointless. It really has no value because those people did do it and we don't do it anymore. So why say sorry? So that's a bit weird. And it's also, where does it end? So are the Germans going to say sorry for World War II? And are the Spanish going to say sorry for the 80 Years' War in Holland? And are the Romans or the Italians going to say sorry for what happened during the Roman Empire? And are the Egyptians going to say sorry to other nations for what they did when they were a great power? And, you know, where does it end? Well, that's partly true, Rodok. That's all partly true. So yeah, there were Americans that delivered things, but of Africans, but that's not all Africans. It's also like, yes, Germans did bad thing in World War II, but it's not all the Germans, so we should not judge them all. That's the thing. So yeah, recognizing the past and recognizing things that have gone wrong, that's really important. That's also something that a lot of people are not willing to do, and I think that's bad. You should really recognize things that went wrong. So us Dutch should recognize things that we did wrong in the past, as well as the Brits and as well as any other nation. Every nation should be concerned about the past and try to learn from it. But saying sorry for something that you did not do is a bit weird. And in terms of having to pay for that, I think I can't pay for something that I did not do. So that is something that you could say, well, that's a bit weird. I mean, why should I pay another 18-year-old person that lives in my country because some of their ancestors were done wrong? Can I still go to the Germans to ask for money because they killed one of my grandparents? See, where does that end? That's a bit weird. So it's, I don't know. I don't think that's something that we should be concerning ourselves with. But yeah, we could argue that we took a lot of riches from different countries, so maybe we should not try and just give them money or something, but we should be looking at ways to correct things from the past. So if we stole a lot of stuff from them, maybe we should give some artworks and things like that back. I'm not against that. If somebody comes to my house and steals stuff, I want it back. Even if it's done 10 years ago, 20 years ago. If somebody stole from my grandparents, I would still want it back. That's not a weird thing. That's normal. Only we in Sweden always been friendly, so we have nothing to say sorry for. Exactly. It was just doing business with the Germans, selling them all your iron so that they could kill half of Europe. There's nothing to say sorry for. But yeah, I think the whole point is these things are really complex and there's not one right answer, and we should at least try to just talk to each other and listen to each other, and that's a better way to do things than, I don't know, just be mad at each other and demanding stuff and saying sorry for something that I did not do and things like that. That's all I'm going to say about it now anyway. Alright, well, we got a bit of extra food, so that's good. I hope it is enough again to last till next year. So we did need the extra farm actually for that. Hopefully next year we also get fruit. Oh, there's already a little bit of fruit there. I think we need to harvest it right now because it's the temperature's dropping, so it's a bit too late already. 1900, alright. So we should be able to deal with it a bit. And he scores. Did I score? Alright, it's winter. All the food's gone, so nothing more to be taken from the land. Let's free these people from their jobs so that they can actually do other things. Let's get a few extra hunters so that we can hunt some more stuff. And get a little bit of extra firewood. That could go a long way. And maybe now it's time to focus on some other things. And one thing that we're really going to need at some point is clay. Where is it? Right here. Ore mine, clay mine. We're going to need clay, but for that we need a lot more wood, as you can see. So that's what we're going to focus on right now. Because the only way to get clay is from a mine, and we really need to start mining some clay for a lot of buildings. So that's what we were focusing on right now. Let's make sure we get the wood and then get a clay mine somewhere. No, we are helping people, so when someone asks for our help, we'll help. Sometimes others do not like we are friendly, but that's their problem, not the Swedes. Well, I guess that's a good mentality. And helping, yeah, can go in a lot of different ways. So, yeah. Just be yourself and help out. Alright, this could be a nice spot for a clay mine. There's 5,000 clay almost here. Sometimes when you move around a bit, you can even get more. So 49, I guess. Alright. I'm just going to build the clay mine here, but not put in any builders. So they won't be starting to building this yet. But 5,000 clay should get us quite a long way to get a nice amount of clay. We don't have to put in too many workers in the beginning, so... Donnie, tomorrow find an Everton supporter and hug him, saying, I'm here if you need me anytime. Oh, that's nice. Wow, we had a really serious chat this time. Interesting. I like it though. I hope it didn't scare any people off, but I liked it. It was nice. And I think... Well, so far, our town is not doing that bad. We actually survived, which already is something in my opinion, so that's okay. We are completely filled with the houses again, though, so we might need to expand our town a bit more again. I think we can build a house here, because that can help the fisheries out. And it's still close to town, so that's fine. Let's build it a bit in the corner here, so we can build more. Let's just build one house there. But that way we will be able to... These people will have a shorter walk towards their house, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it has been really enjoyable today, talking about an interesting topic. Not hugging them though. Hey Mia, nice of you to join us. Many congratulations with Charlie. Very nice. I hope he may live very long, happy and healthy. We found out about the Dutch. That's true. And I think we had an interesting conversation, or at least I had an interesting conversation. I don't know if I talk too much, but We write it the wrong sort of. Maybe something like that. I don't know. History is history. Alright, another house coming together. Then after that they can start working the mine. It will be nice. It will be nice. So how are you, Mia? And how is Charlie? Did he get like a celebration meal or... Charlie's hangover. Oh, that would be interesting. A turtle with a hangover. Well, we really did progress with our town, so that's good. I think this is placed okay now. We don't have to remove it, even if we get an extra farm. And I think we should get an extra farm for the next season again. Otherwise, we won't be able to feed everybody. I just think it might be hard for this one to keep working because it's too close to the end, to the building there. So I think we have to remove this one. And that's what I'm going to do now. Let's just remove this one, and then later on we can build another one, maybe somewhere here or something like that, to get extra hunting going. We have 5 hunters in there now. We have 6 hunters, so that's one too many. That's better. He is such a sweetheart. He's having his dinner now. Ooh, nice. What's he eating? 3 flies and a spider. Extra lettuce. Interesting. Everybody's just trying to find out what he's having for his 9th birthday dinner. He loves his tiny tomatoes. Oh, that's cool. You even got tiny tomatoes for him then. That's cool. It's lovely to see everybody's even concerned just with little Charlie's birthday. That's really nice. We're all such sweet people. Alright, the house is ready. So now we have room for more babies. I wonder if they already started creating a few. Yeah, we already get another baby. So yeah, we can keep growing. We only have 5 kids, 20 adults. So we should be able to get all the work done and get all the food and stuff. I think we should pause the mine still, though, because I want to get the field done before the end of the winter, so that we can actually grow some food there. Green cabbage leaves, kale, and watercress. Nice. And what did he get for his birthday? Like, did he get a nice toy for in his habitat, or... just a lot of love and attention, or could he go outside of the habitat for 10 minutes? What was his present? Oh, well, there's a lot of noise coming from the healer's house, but there's nobody in there. Alright, we have a lot of hides, so clothing could be one thing to focus on next, as well as just food. We can see that these trees are now growing nicely, so we should be getting nice amounts of fruit out of this. And in a couple of years you get fruit, and then they will have to replant these trees, so that's interesting. My friend has a tortoise. I enjoy feeding him. It's fun the way they eat. Yeah, tortoises are awesome. I like them. Alright, we have all the wood in here. Now they just need to build it. It's still winter, so we are on time. We still have plenty of firewood. So that's all going well. If we take a look at what people have in their houses, these only have vegetables. These also only have vegetables. So we're not... oh, this have 1 fish. These have a bit of meat. So yeah, we really need to make a little bit more work for food variety. Now hopefully the fruit will help with that as well. Did you get him the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch? I believe there's a tortoise in Mario games, so maybe you should get them those. Alright, let's continue with the mine too, because we want that done as well. They have to still destroy the hunting cabin, but that should be fine. On the spot of the hunting cabin, we can then build another well. That could work too. Child Esmeralda has grown up and is ready to study. Okay. Field construction is ready. Alrighty. Should we do 1 year with some grass so that we can actually have a lot of grass? I think so. I think I should be fine with the population. I hope so. Otherwise everybody will starve and we have a problem. But we'll deal with it. We can still up these numbers to 3. So we could be adding people to the fishery to get a little bit more fish. I think we should do that. Let's focus on food for now. He had a bath and a cuddle plus a new water bowl, but he is a little too small for the toys I can buy him. For next year I will get him a bowl feeder to put leaves in so that he can play with that. Oh nice, you're really taking good care of him. I love it, very good. Good evening wifey, nice of you to join us. I hope all is well and I hope that little one's asleep. Alright, we're building the clay mine. That's good. That's good. We need that. It's late winter, so not too long from now we can start a new season and get growing crops. Get him a little football. No, you should get him a little racing bike so he can ride a bike. That's cool. Bet if you can teach him that, you can earn a lot of money with him, putting videos on YouTube with him riding a bike. Or maybe Roadhog can get him a little F1 car that you can... here in Holland at the supermarket you can save for a little F1 car. Maybe we can teach Charlie to be an F1 driver on a little car. That could be cool. Imagine I live in a small apartment, but now it's more like a zoo. Cooper the dog, Mom the cat, and now she has 4 little kittens born. Oh wow, so soon it will be... Nice, cute little kittens. Congratulations on them. That's cool. A tiny football would be very cute. So do you actually have to like look after those little kittens, or can you just leave them be with mother and everything will be fine? I have no clue actually. All right, they're building the clay mine. Chopping down trees. There's a big bear here. Have to get rid of that one. I know if you build the apiary, we can build an apiary, then the bears will come in and they will steal the honey from it. That's really cool. Of course, we don't want them to steal the honey, but they can do that, so that's funny. But yeah, we're not there for the apiary yet. We are a 26 people town, so it's still very small, but temperatures changed. And we need people to get to work on the right things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a gatherer, I guess, or 2. So we'll do it like that. There they go. They should all be starting to work the fields now. Lots of food and some grass here. So then we don't have to worry about grass for a while. That'll be nice. I'll start saving points for that. Charlie to the max. Oh, that'll be cool. So Mia Noble, are you the same person as Hiradev? No. No. Hiradev was here earlier on. She's out fishing now. Depends on what the link links to, but I guess you can. Just try it out, and if it doesn't work, maybe the mods can help you out. I think it's turned off that people can't just put in links that somebody has to agree to them, so to avoid spamming and stuff like that. Only need to give the adult one food, and then better I do not forget that I do not want a grumpy Rottweiler go hungry here. Maybe then I should not dare go to sleep. Yeah, I guess you should keep the dog away from the little kittens, but it's good that you just have to feed the big one cat and then it will take care of the rest, so that's nice. And are you going to like keep the little ones, or We're going to, I don't know, sell them or whatever. I don't know how that works. Alright, fields are being worked. Ooh, the first apples are growing already. And the mine's getting closer and closer to be ready. That's nice. Well, I think all in all, from the start, with just 3 little shacks, a barn and a storage house, we got quite okay. I mean, we're not going at the too fast pace because, well, we like slow play and having a lot of talks in chat, but we are developing our little town in a nice way, and we're going in the right direction, I think, so we'll keep this up. Oh, there's a bit of rain out. Now I can show you that, see, the water is completely filled up because of the rain, so they don't have to water the plants for a while. It's a bit too much rain though, so yeah, you can see that there's a bit too much moisture in the ground, which is not good, so it should stop raining soon. But I guess this country is starting to look a bit like England in the 1800s, when they were really just chopping every tree to build ships. It's kind of like that here right now, so but it's good. Here we go. How far is the mine? All right, 13 more work points. It did work, destroying the hunter, because there's no hunting anymore, and now we already see bears coming in again, so maybe we do need to build another hunter soon. This one should be able to do some good hunting. So we should be getting in nice amounts of meat. Yeah, the warehouse is doing good. I think our town is looking quite okay. It's not that bad. So we'll keep up the good work. No, I sell them when they get 3 months old, and Cooper loves the little ones. He is used to kitten. They often go to sleep on him. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Well, that's great. That's great. Then you have have done a great job at raising your dog, your Rottweiler, and that's nice. Can't do it too many words, but it's a link to football table football. It might be good for him to play with. Oh, nice. Well, you can always put the link in the Discord, Mia, so we can all still see it. Well, I already told her that if she wants to do that, she can do that. I guess we really have to plan it then, because it's something. But I don't know, maybe on a Saturday evening or something like that. It's fine. She can stream Transport Fever or another game. I already told her. She just has to pick a game. And we have to set a time, and she can just stream, no problem. I wouldn't mind. Alright, here comes our clay mine. Let's just clear this area a little bit. Plenty of wood, stone and iron. We need a bit more clay. And we need more people, of course. That's the biggest issue right now. As soon as we get more people, we can also start to work on some tools, some clothing and things like that. Is Patmos a word in Dutch or just made up? No, it's not like really a Dutch word. It's just made up. It is also a Greek island, that's true, and there's people named like that in history in those parts of the world, but Tayule has grown up and is ready to study. Maybe we should get a school going. How much does it cost? 70 clay. Oh, we don't have that amount of clay yet. 130 grass, but we'll get that soon. The wood. Well, all buildings are very expensive, so we can't get those yet. But that's fine. Ah, they're tearing down the hunter. Then we'll build a little well here. Yeah, it's like my streams. I just make everything up. No, of course not. But yeah, my YouTube name is just something I don't know. It just came up one day and I just used it, I guess. I had to think of something, so. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah, she can do the stream, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Alright, let's build this well and then focus on chopping some stuff and getting some resources in. Cooper will be 10 on the 28th of December. Ooh, he did kill 3 kittens when he was just a puppy. When they ran away from him, he tried to stop them, hit them with the paw. Oh, yeah. But I guess that's not like he was intentionally killing them. It just, he also had to learn and probably learn his own strength and things like that. After that, they can do what they want on him. Oh, that's nice. Well, who knows, maybe we can hold a little celebration then too. Celebrating his 10th birthday. Alright, food's growing. Getting good amounts of fruit. I think this will really help feed the village, this orchard, so that'll be nice. Hey Patmos, did you do the weather settings yourself? No, it's just automated in the game, so every now and then it's sunny, then it rains, then of course in the winter the snow comes, so there's actually the seasons in the game, so it's now late spring. And all these seasons come with a certain type of weather, so in the fall it's more likely to rain than it is in the summer, but they all have their own weather things. It's terrible. What is terrible? I know normally you use rope, but handcuffs are better. No, but if wifey really wants to stream, we can talk about it and plan it soon, and then she can start to stream. No argument from me. Alright, so we have a mine now. I think we should put one in there to actually do a little bit of mining for some clay, so that we can get this number up, and then it can be nice. But the problem with mines is they're prone to accidents. So a lot of people can get into accidents in the mine and then they'll be killed. And since we only have 20 working people, if we lose one, that's quite a bit. So I don't want to put too many people in the mines and have them die in the mines, because it's just, they're too valuable now to do other jobs as well. Alright, we're down to 800 food. And yeah, not a lot else, and it's late spring, so it's still going to take some time before we get to an actual harvest. So I really hope we can live through that point. Maybe we should invest in even more farms and things like that, just to make sure that we have all the food. But I guess we could also go for a fishing farm, because that produces a steady amount of food. Better than the fishing lodge, actually. Oh, it's on fire. People now should be rushing to extinguish the fire. We can see them all running here to get to the well. You can also see by the health bar that they need to bring 9 buckets, and then it's done. And then they have to repair this building. Alright, there comes all the water, so that's good. The weather was terrible. Yeah, well, it's okay. I don't mind. What I do love is when this building actually gets burned, you actually see the holes and stuff in it, and now they'll have to repair it, and then the holes will go away, of course. So that's really cool that they added features like that, that you see actual damage from the fire and then they'll repair it. And there it is, fully repaired. Okay, so I guess we still don't have sick people. I don't see any icons over people that are actually sick, so we don't have to heal anybody. I've played quite a few games where people would get sick rather early, and we'll have to deal with that. That's why I got the healer so quickly, but we're doing quite good. And I guess next year we're going to use this field for food too. That might help out. This is going okay though. So things are nice. And we are at year 4. So we progressed quite a bit in the game. But this is also the moment that I'm going to slowly start saying goodbye. Because I need to use the bathroom soon. And well, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. So thank you all very much for being here. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun and laughter in the chat, even a very nice and serious talk, so that was great. I enjoy playing this game again. It's been a while, but I love it again, so maybe I'll start a YouTube series on it too at some point, because this is such an amazing game. I hope you enjoyed it too. I wish you all a great week. Have a lot of fun. Stay healthy. Take good care of yourself. I'll be back Wednesday with the what's it called? Planet Zoo stream, as we are going to build and continue our zoo. Yes, Euphoria, I am really gonna go now. So without trees you don't have anything to divert the lightning. Yeah, that's true, but that's okay, but yeah, I'm really gonna go now. So thanks all for being here. Thanks for all the love and support. You are truly amazing people. I truly love you all. It's been amazing. Can't wait for the next stream to see you all again and talk to you. And give my best wishes to Charlie. And then we all see you next time. Bye bye.